Okay, today you get to have all of your questions answered because we are officially introducing the official rules of the Mintmobile Challenge. If you would please click on that activity bulb to refresh your feed. You will see an activity titled Mintmobile Redesign. Mintmobile Redesign. Go ahead and click on that add response. We are going to take a look at the rules and regulations of the infamous 5th annual 3rd grade Mintmobile Challenge. Yes, Terrence.
Why does it say redesign? We've never designed one.
If you remember when we first started, you were asked to design a cool car. And we're going to relook at your cool car to see if you made it aerodynamic or aesthetic. Good catch on the prefix use, though. Yes, Willem?
I'm confused. We've only done cars for 4 days and we're already on the redesign.
Yes. Roll with me. Here we go. Day 1. Hop to slide 2, please. It is the month of May, and in Indianapolis, that means it is time to get ready for the Indianapolis 500. Race car drivers, teams, fans, sponsors, and many others come to our city to test the designs and driving of cars that are meant to go fast and handle well in tight turns and heavy traffic. Okay? Hop to slide 3. Your challenge is that you have been asked to design a car out of specific materials that will reach a maximum distance traveled as it is released from the top of a track. Your car must meet specific needs as it participates in the challenge to travel farther than any other car designed by your classmates. Are you up for the challenge? Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. Yes, good job. It is an inclined plane. Good connection, Mr. William. All right. Any questions so far on what your car is going to do? Yes, Terrence.
Mintmobiles.
Yes. Questions? I know you're not a girl, William, but in the chat, Serenity had messaged me right before you, and then you sent me 6 messages, so I couldn't see your name, so it looked like it was still Serenity's message, so I thought it was Serenity. So, all right, hop to slide 4. When developing a new product or device, engineers go through many iterations of the engineering design process. First, they imagine lots of ideas and share them with their teammates. Remember Thomas Edison in that book? 424 ideas before he got to his final one. That's a lot, okay? Remember our author of that book? She talked to her family. She talked to her editor. She talked to her publisher. She talked to companies that gave her rejection letters. She talked to museums. She talked to experts at colleges, lots of people on her team, okay? Then the team decides on one best design and plans its final materials, specifications, functionality, and aesthetics. Before building a full-scale prototype, they create a small model on which they perform many tests with different independent variables to optimize performance and cost. Did you guys see all those vocab words? Variables, aesthetic, materials. Okay, good. Once a model has been perfected, they build it at full scale. You will also be traveling through this process. You have your bag of materials. That's going to be your prototype. You also have access to the laser cutter. That's going to be your final draft. After you design the perfect prototype, you're going to be able to laser cut it into a final material. Any questions so far? Yes, Terrence.
Is Mr. Nelson laser cutting them?
He is going to be heading up that option. And if you went to your robotics and design course yesterday on Seesaw, you have a video from Mr. Nelson showing you how to design your cars in Tinkercad. So if you didn't go yesterday, it's a good idea to go today. Yes, Willem?
So what happens if we win the race? What happens if we win the race? We just win?
Correct, you win the race. Yes, Levin?
I didn't have my hand up.
Oh, someone had it up and I accidentally put it down. Maybe it was Braden. Yes, Braden.
Wait, so if we just win the race, like there's no prizes, you just win?
What is it with you guys and prizes? You win the whole grade level challenge. Everybody sees your car as the best and claps for you, and you get your picture on the 3rd grade wall as the 6th annual Mintmobile winner. What is it? It's fun.
That's better than a prize.
It is a great prize. Thank you, Braden. Yes, Leah.
For me, it doesn't matter if there's a prize. I just like to compete.
Thank you. We are learning, putting our knowledge to practice here. It is good stuff. Yes, Terrence.
Do we get a prize?
I'm done with you. Yes, Steve.
I require a prize if I win.
I will give you a prize. Here's your prize. Yay! Okay, moving on. Let's please hop to slide 5. Let's get to it, friends. All right. You guys created a car at the beginning of the week with some of you were with Mr. McKinney, some of you were with Miss Sharp, some of you were Miss Renalay because I wasn't here. You created a car. I want you to think about that car. I want you to think about all the cool things you added to it, the paint you added, the tires you changed, the stickers you put on it. I want you to think. Was your design more concerned with aesthetics or aerodynamics? When you designed that car, were you thinking more about how cool it looked, or were you thinking more about how fast it would travel? Okay, I want you to go ahead and answer that question now. Let's do a show of hands. How many of you, when you were designing a car on this website, were thinking more so about the aesthetics? You were thinking more about how the car looked than how the car would drive and perform. Raise your hand if that was you. I know that was me. I designed a car that had turquoise chameleon paint because I think it looks cool, and that has absolutely nothing to do with the way it drives. So for me, it was aesthetic, okay? All right, how many of you were thinking more so about aerodynamics? You were adding spoilers, and you were adding skirts, and you were adding split tails so that it would drive faster. How many of you were more aerodynamic? All right, make sure you made your choice and answered. Okay, so for me, my original design, and I'm giving you the start of a sentence if you were struggling. My original design was more focused on blank. Fill in your blank. Was it aesthetics or aerodynamics? Fill in your blank. I know this because my car blank. How do you know it was more focused on aerodynamics or aesthetics? Okay. Now, I want to take a look at this second question. And here's that contract you guys agreed with me on. You're going to redesign and fix. So the answer, I wouldn't change anything because I did it exactly how I wanted and it's perfect, is not a choice. Okay. What would you change about your car design to make it more aerodynamic? Even if yours was aerodynamic, what would you do to make it more aerodynamic? Okay. Remember, you signed a contract with me. It's perfect. I'm not going to change anything. Isn't a choice. I would change blank to make my car more aerodynamic. Go ahead and finish that sentence, please. Awesome. In the chat, people are sending me their ideas. I would add skirts. I would make the front of my car pointed instead of a box. I would add a wing. I would put on better tires. Great, good. What would you do to make your car more aerodynamic? Go ahead and type your idea, please. Okay, let's take a look, please, at slide 6. All right, here's the rules, friends. Okay, here's the rules. The rules are your Mintmobile must carry a driver. Let's talk about that driver for a minute. If you picked up your prize pack, excuse me, for being a virtual student, you got a minifig in that prize pack, okay? That minifig can now be your driver, all right? If you did not pick up your prize pack and you want to, you can still come to the school and get your prize pack and it will have that minifig in there, okay? So that minifig is going to be your driver. If you do not have a minifig at home, you still must create a place where it will carry your driver, okay? So you still have to have a seat for a minifig driver. I will install your minifig when you drop your car back off here so we can put it in the race, okay? I will install it for you, but you have to have a seat. Cars can't have a driver if there's no seat for it to sit in. And we're not making Teslas so they don't drive themselves, okay? We're making standard factory cars, all right? So that's rule number 1. If you turn in a car and it does not have a seat, sorry, your race car driver can't drive your car. You're disqualified. Questions on that? Yes, Braden.
Do we need a seatbelt or like we just leave it on the seat?
That is the next part. So fantastic question. And the driver must remain within the car for the entire trial run. So when you put your car on the ramp, if your driver goes, ah, you have a terrible car because it killed your driver.
Okay,
and you're
now I know
disqualified.
what those are there.
Okay, so yes, you are going to want to have some way that your driver does not fall out of the car. Any questions on that? Yes, Terrence.
Could we go pick where do we go to go pick up the minifigs?
You will go to the front office and tell them that you need your virtual student prize pack for iLearn, and it's inside of that prize pack.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Remember to be creative in how you keep your minifig in the car. Think about how you are protected and restrained when you ride in a car. Big hint there. All right. Rule number 2, Mintmobiles must have at least 2 axles. Hashtag simple machines. Okay. So for this example here, I shall show you. 2 axles means this right here is an axle because I can take a wheel and I can put it on it. I must also have an axle in the back of my car. I have an extra axle in my car every time my son rides in it. All right. Right there. There we go. Okay. So now my car has 2 axles. There's one in the front. There's one in the back. All right. We're not making unicycles. We're not making mopeds. We're making cars. 2 axles. Okay. You with me? Questions on that? Yes, Terrence.
You're very focused.
Thank you. All right, let's take a look at number 3. Mint-mobiles must be able to carry the weight of at least 4 pennies. You can use more. In your bag that you will pick up from school, there are 4 pennies in it. That is to signify the weight of an engine block in your car, the weight of a person sitting in your car, the weight of things in your trunk. Cars have to carry weight, okay? Your weight has been scaled down to 4 pennies. If you find that more pennies makes your car drive faster, feel free to use more pennies that you have around your house. But we have given you the 4 that you must have. Questions on that? Yes, Terrence.
That gives you more drag though.
It can give you more drag if you place the pennies in the wrong spot. So you will want to consider where you put your pennies. Okay.
What if our car breaks?
Then you're going to be redesigning. That's a frustration possibility. Yes, Leah.
How will we be able to test it? Because we're going to be doing it on Tinkercad.
You have the materials to build your prototype. Your prototype is your first draft. After you have your prototype done, that's when you will print your laser cut piece and you can pick them up from the school. Okay. Braden.
What if our tire falls off? Are we still in the race or?
Braden, you are just jumping right ahead of me, sir. So let's go to that next rule. Here it is. You're anticipating well. Mint-mobiles must remain intact and cannot fall apart during the trial. If the Mint-mobile breaks apart, the distance for the trial will be the last spot that the mobile was together. Okay, so that means if my car is traveling down my arm, and boom, a wheel falls off right here, it doesn't matter if my car keeps rolling. It was last together right here, so that's where my distance stops. Okay? So you've got to keep your car together. If any part falls off, it stops at the last spot it was together. Questions on that? Yes, Aiden.
So, can we pick up our supplies if we forget one thing?
There is no forgetting one thing because it is all in the bag. So if you grab a bag, you got everything you need.
And my second question was, if one of our wheels break and we're still making it, can we pick up another wheel?
Great question. Your Mint-mobile is going to have 4 wheels. It could have 3, however many you want. We've given you 6. So we have given you backup wheels in case one of them break. Okay, awesome. Terrence.
So we could make it like a tank.
You can. The only rule is that your car must have 2 axles. You can put however many wheels on those axles that you want, but it must have 2 axles. So right now, this is 1 wheel. If I wanted to, I could pop another wheel on there. It's completely up to my design. Okay? All right. Yes, Terrence.
Are we supposed to, can we get more axles?
We have given you 4 axles. That is more than you will need. In my 7 years, I've never seen a child design a car with more than 4 axles, but you can also cut these to make more if you wanted to. So you've got everything you need.
Oh, so you cut the axles down?
You can if that is in your design. It is completely open to you. Okay. Last rule. Mint-mobiles must be made only from the materials provided. That means the stuff that we put in your bag is what you can use. Miss Sousa, I have this really awesome cardboard at home and I want to cut. No. Okay. It is the materials that have been, but Miss Sousa, I have these really cool wheels from my Lego Vex kit that, no, it is only the materials provided. So the stuff in your bag is what you can use. The stuff from the laser cutter is what you can use. If you show up with a car that has anything extra on your video, or if you choose to bring your car in person, you're out. Okay? The materials provided. Ms. Brim, we are unsure, but it might be cool to show that anyway. Okay? All right, Braden, question.
So, like, is everyone gonna have the same weight on their car, or like everyone's gonna have a different weight on their car?
Everyone must have at least 4 pennies. If you choose to add more because you find that weight makes your car go farther, that's fine. But you must have at least 4 pennies.
Okay.
Okay. Levin.
So, it's okay if we have a minifig, like a mini character at our house?
That's fine. Lego minifigs are standard sizes, so whatever Lego minifig you choose to use is fine. It's going to be the same standard size.
I don't have a single Lego in this house.
That's quite all right. If you pick up your prize pack, you'll get one. Okay. Aiden G.
This is how tall or how wide will the ramp be?
Wonderful question. Miss Bram was actually just going to show us an option. We are going to, all right, let me back up. On the day of the race, so here it is. See this? This is a ramp. So that is a ramp option that you have, and it's going to travel straight out. Okay, and it goes completely straight. Now, Miss Bram, help me remember, do those have 4 grooved tracks, or is that just a single straight ramp?
This has grooves in it, so that's
Okay.
why I don't know if it'll fit or not.
Right, so that's what we were still wanting to see. But Aiden, the ramp will be similar to this in that it will have a diagonal and then it will go out straight flat as well. That way you're not picking up friction from concrete or grass or anything like that. Okay. Thank you, Miss Bram. So let's talk about race day. Okay. Race day looks like this. On the day of the final race, you will have had the opportunity to come drop your car off at the office so that I can race your car on video and we can all watch the race. You will also have the opportunity to come to the school and be there for the race. The race will be taking place outdoors. So we will be outside in the parking lot in the open air where we have plenty of space to social distance. Masks will still be required. Okay. So you will have the option on race day to come to the school, or we'll have a camera out there showing the whole racetrack and you can zoom in and then I will drop your car on the ramp. Okay. So you get to participate either way. Everybody's participating on the same day. Okay. So you'll either drop your car off and say, Miss Sousa, would you drive it for me? Or you can come sit in the parking lot and observe the race as well. Okay. Those are our options. The ramp will be extending the entire driveway so that it doesn't pick up like rocks or pebbles or anything like that from the parking lot. So it will be a flat surface that your car is traveling on the whole way. So the closest that you're going to get to that in your homes as you're testing would be any area that you have tile or wood floor or laminate or a smoother type surface. You can also take books and line those books up to make a flat surface if your whole house is carpet as well. Okay. Any questions on race day? Yes, William.
So it doesn't matter which one we do. We don't have to be there. We can just watch it on our computers.
Yes, but if you want your car to participate, if you're going to zoom in, you have to drop your car off so that I can drop it on the ramp for you.
Okay.
Okay. Other questions? Yes, Terrence.
So either way, we have to go to the school to participate.
Yes. Which was in the agreement for you to be a virtual student at the beginning of the year, that there would be moments where you would have to come to the school and drop items off and pick them up. Okay. Yes, in Q.
What's on race day?
We are still nailing down the final day, but we are looking at the week of May 17th. So it will most likely be, I think we were looking at Thursday, May 20th was our guess, but that might be 4th grade flight day. So we're trying to work out the final days with all the other grade levels. Okay. Serenity. Is it a real car? You are designing a car out of the materials that have been provided to you. So real as in, could you hop in it and drive down the road? No. Real as in, is it a car that you're creating? Yes. Tim.
Question is, what times are there for picking up the car?
You can pick up the materials for your car anytime between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. on school days. I recommend getting it by tomorrow evening because on Monday we're going to start our actual build. Okay.
And also, can I still pick up my raffle prize thing?
Yes, you can. They're still sitting there waiting. Okay. All right. So let's take a look again at the rules one last time. It's got to carry a driver. If you don't have a Mint Mobile or a minifig, make a seat for it and I will put it in the seat for you. Okay. Mint Mobiles must have 2 axles, 2 different places for wheels to be. Mint Mobile must carry the weight of at least 4 pennies. Mint Mobile must remain together. If you have a part that pops off, woo, your race stops at the last place it was all together. Mint Mobiles must be made from only the provided materials. So if you have a really cool part at home that you add because you think it'd be awesome, sorry, you're out of the race. Okay. All right. Oh, Miss Bram's showing you the laser cutter right now. Here, I'll stop sharing so you can look at hers. So other students right now are laser cutting their objects. This is what will be cutting your car parts. So here's the machine. Miss Bram is showing you. There's the laser. A laser is a supercharged light. And that laser gets sent through to a almost needle-like, hi, Mr. Kemper, needle-like point, and it cuts out the material inside of the printer. So this material is cardboard, and that is what is being cut out. Oh, and here we go. Mr. Kemper's going to pull it out and show. Okay, so he's showing the tracks where the laser travels, showing you how to line it up to make sure it's going to cut straight. And then it will travel along that track. Okay. I'll also have a day where I show you guys your cars being cut out after you've designed them. All right. Okay. Let's hop back to Seesaw. On slide 7, you are going to see a list of your materials. Your bag has extra and more pieces than this because remember, we gave you the materials for your Mint Mobile and your catapult that we're doing the last week of school. Okay, so you are allowed to have, let's take a look at popsicle sticks. You can use 8 popsicle sticks for your car. Your bag has 14 because 6 of those are for catapults. So 2 things happen if you don't pay attention to this list. If you use all 14 popsicle sticks for your Mint Mobile, your car is disqualified and you don't get to build a catapult later because you didn't have enough popsicle sticks for you there. Okay, so I need you guys to use discipline. Oh, goodness. I need you guys to use discipline in understanding that you don't get to go crazy on those materials and use whatever you want. This is what you can use, okay? You can use a laser cut car body. You can use up to 4 index cards. We gave you extras in case you cut one and don't like it and want to do it again, okay? You can use up to 4 lifesaver mints. Remember, we gave you 6 in case one of them breaks. Okay, that doesn't mean you can throw all 6 on there. You can use 4. You can use up to 5 plastic drinking straws. You can use up to 8 popsicle sticks. You can use up to 1 whole roll of tape. Now, keep in mind, if you use your whole roll of tape for your Mitmobile, you can't use your tape for your catapult unless you go buy more, because we're not going to provide you with extra tape. Okay, so keep that in mind. You have tons of tape. You're going to be fine. Your vehicle can only be powered by the downward force of the ramp. That means you're going to put it on the ramp and you're going to let go. If you shove your car, you're out. Okay, no extra forces on that car. Only the downward pull of gravity. Any questions on your materials? Yes, Braden.
So we can't go higher than 30 because it said speed limit is 30.
Oh, that's just for decoration. I have never seen a Mitmobile travel 30 miles per hour. So if you do that, I'm going to be amazed.
Oh, I thought the speed limit was 30.
Yes, Terrence.
So what are the lightsaber and the index cards for?
Whatever you choose to use them for. This is completely open. You get to design the car in any way that you would like to.
What if we don't use the lightsaber mints?
That's fine. You don't have to use all of these things. You can use all of these things. So some cars I've seen, they only used mints, index cards, and straws. Other cards that I saw, they used the popsicle sticks instead of the index cards. You don't have to use all of these. You just can't use more than this.
And what are index cards?
I don't think I have one. I normally have tons of them. They're like note cards. You know what note cards are?
Yeah, like gaming cards that you can write on.
Similar. So this is a very small version of one, but hold on. It's like this would be a note card. Like a smaller piece of paper that you can write on, like write notes. It's just a smaller piece of paper, basically. That's a note card or an index card. Same thing. Leah.
So if one of the plastic drinking straws break, can we go and get another one, because I have tons of them, but I'm not going to get any extra.
If you can either come to the school to get extras, or if your family provides some, you can go get those as well.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, Levin.
Will we be able to add stickers? Like, say somebody has their own stickers, would they be able to add them?
You can use the materials that are on this sheet, and that's it. Nothing extra from your home or house. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay. Yes, Terrence.
Can we use super stickers?
You can use the materials that are on this page, and that is it. Nothing extra. All right. Let's hop, please, to slide 8. Now that you understand your criteria and constraints and a lot more about aerodynamics, it's time to get to work at redesigning your car to win this contest. Take a look at slide 9. This is your independent work today. This is part of the approval that you must get in order to participate in the Mitmobile Challenge. Think about these questions as you plan to design your Mitmobile. What features will your car need to have to accomplish the goal of traveling long distances? What will your car look like? What qualities will your car have? Use words and sketches to show your design. Make sure you label all parts of your sketch. Do you see this nice red box around this? That's very, very, very important. If you do not label your sketch, I am not going to accept your build because I am your manager and I am approving your design. So let me show you an example. If I were sketching my car and I created this, and I turned it in and I said, okay, Ms. Sousa, I'm done. Ms. Sousa is going to hit the return button and she's going to type a message that says, you did not label your parts. And I don't care if you build your car or not, I am not going to accept it and allow it into the race. Here's what I mean by label. If this is what I have decided to draw, here's how I'm going to label. Mint. So this right here is a mint wheel. I have 4 of them. 2, 3, 4. Okay, those are my mints. I also have a straw. This is a straw, and this is a straw. I also used a note card. This is my note card. I also used pieces of tape to keep my note card on my straws. That's tape, that's tape, that's tape, and that's tape. Now I have a labeled drawing. Okay? When you turn this in, I now understand that you are going to be using 4 mints, that you are going to be using tape, that you are going to be using 2 straws, and that you are going to be using 1 note card. I can see that with my eyes. Okay? If you do not label your parts, you did not create a blueprint. You created a picture. Okay? We've been drawing pictures since preschool. We're not getting graded on drawing pictures. We're creating blueprints. Okay? So you've got to tell me what each part of your drawing is. Is it a mint? Is it a straw? Is it a note card? Is it a popsicle stick? Are you using tape? Is this your laser cut body part? Is this a lifesaver mint? What is it? Okay? Label, 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 label. Did you hear me say label? Okay. Any questions on that? Questions on that? Yes, Terrence.
I don't see a seat.
You're correct. So my car would be disqualified. So I would click that return arrow and say, you do not have a seat. Done.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's right. Yes, William.
Do we have to use Tinkercad or can we just do that?
That is your choice. Now, today you're doing this. Nobody's doing Tinkercad yet. Okay, today you're doing this. You can do Tinkercad for Mr. Nelson. You're not doing Tinkercad with me yet. You're designing it this way. Okay? Yes, Terrence.
So you could fold the notepad into a seat.
The note card into a seat, yes. So if I were to add a seat, let's say right here, I wouldn't write seat. I couldn't put the label seat. Why? Because seat is not a material. Does anybody see the word seat on here? No. So I would have to say what I'm making my seat out of. So in Terrence's example, he said he's going to make the seat out of a note card. So I would label it as a note card. Okay. Other questions? All right, friends. Slide 9 is your independent work today. Draw and label. Draw and label. Do not create more than this. Don't tell me that you're going to use 9 popsicle sticks when you can only use 8. Okay?